Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tennessee Titans. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now to Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times to intercept.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud. Open man down the field. This is Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now 14-0. kicking away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little game.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To throw is Sanders. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Minnesota.
Viking 18.
Palmer going in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You talk about this Titan defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing, Sanders. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Maxwell Hairston. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there.
I just got so fucking bailed. That was a horrible pass. If I'm him, I'm pissed. If I'm him, I quit, bro. I quit. I quit, man.
So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now Stroud.
Yeah.
Catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Hey, uno more. Route to the right. 18. What's that?
Stroud. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Titans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
21. Vikings, nothing. Jake Bailey set to kickoff.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. But if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
21-0 our score after 1. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Sanders. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing now is Stroud. Open man is Tucker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the 3, right?
Stroud to throw it. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And Stroud now to throw. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Ryland for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Titans 28, Vikings 0. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Cougar night, press all 80. 7 Pirates.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Buffalo 18. Let's go. Tap Cougar 19. Ready?
Sanders going to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Sanders. This one brought in by Jefferson.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
38-yard line.
Ready? Tap the 60.
Throwing again, it's Sanders. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Come on. Ready?
To throw now, here's Sanders. That's completed right side to Palmer. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll go, and here's Sanders. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing after the interception. Sanders. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
70, Cowboy 80.
Sanders. Wide open receiver complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
A gain of 15. And the Vikings first down.
Got it. Ready?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sanders to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Palmer. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. It's 18. 5 here. 70 line. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Titans will take over here just shy of the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last drive of this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. And it is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the Titans, 1st down.
On the quick, right?
1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Titans have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, have to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
2nd and 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action. Back to throw. Sanders. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Got it. Ready? 18, 5 in. Let's go now. 19, 60, Nazareth.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They go play action now. Sanders. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally and take a few hits off the...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Titans will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Sanders pass intercepted. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
At the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
11. Here we go.
Here's Stroud. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's taken in by Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First down.
Play action. It's Sanders. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, and it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. That's to his running back, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So after the big play on fourth, here's first and 10.
21-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
And if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing now is Stroud. Nail to the middle, and it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for the Titans. 54 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Stroud. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Leads to second.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
11. Here we go. Why Tony? 18.
Stroud to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Ryland on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
That's the score. Titans 49. Vikings nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nice little juke. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Here's Sanders. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw is Sanders. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10. To throw again, here is Sanders. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Forrest-Sade American.
Sanders' pass intercepted. The Titans take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Stroud. And he rifles one incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. As Stroud now to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diamond catch.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
And this one is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Ready?
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know if they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ready? 19 left. 65, 65.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Sanders going to throw again. A quick throw there is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the 1st half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Sanders to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Let's go, 19. Let's go. Warriors 70, 18, Rattler 18.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Tennessee, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get